All right, so this is part 3 of my collection. I told you this one I would have the one sword I normally hand people to for first-time cutters. So we also have Tomo today. So this one right here is one I normally hand to people. Holds an edge really well. It's a T10 blade. It's got a little front heaviness to it, not bad. This also I got from Lee Swords. Like I said, I think they're just a distributor because Lee Swords has this exact same one. Real Samigawa. Just a flat matte finish on the saya. It's got a few dings on it because I've used it a lot over time. But this thing has held up over the years really, really good. It does have a thick blade to it, but nothing too bad. If you're not used to heavy front blades, it might be a little awkward. But normally when I teach people, I'm teaching them, to use 2 hands with it. So, really good cutter. Again, it's got the leopard print hibaki, which a lot of people don't like. Doesn't bother me. Blade is fairly scratched up. I got to polish it from use. But I couldn't pass up the price of this at the time. It was running like $165. They had 30% off, so I got for like $135 at the time. So obviously I couldn't pass that up. Eater wrap has never come loose on this. In fact, the eater wrap is like super tight on this. Kashra is tight. The only thing that moves is the Fuji right here. But other than that, the Suba doesn't move, no nothing. I think this is almost like one of the tightest eater wraps that I have. So this is well built. From my understanding though, they have not restocked this one in a few years. It's like right after I bought this, it was sold out and they have never restocked it. So I don't know if this one will ever come back. But yeah, this has been like a really, really good sword. I think I've had this now for like 3 years. And I always hand it to newcomers to it. Because I had this before I had the spring steels. So now that I have those, it's like I'll use a spring steel one for beginners or this guy. Next up is another T10 blade. I like the natural wood finish on this. The problem is nicks and dings show up extremely well on it. As you can see right there, there's 2 spots. So that's a con kind of when you get this all natural wood look. Does look pretty though. Fits in the side nice. Never had to shim this one. The hibaki is a little different on this one. It's kind of like that, just scratch marks. This blade tapers out way more than the last sword. The only thing I don't like about this sword is how they did the handle. The handle's not bad on the top part, but on the bottom portion, and you'll see this more in some close-ups, you can see that the Kashra doesn't fit right. It's like they took too much off at the base of the handle. The Kashra has never come loose though. Everything has stayed really tight on this. It's a little bit narrower blade as you can see. Real Samigawa. This is from Hero Swords. Now the handle mishap could be only on this model. I don't know about the others. It does really well. The tip actually, unlike most swords, actually flares out kind of like an Unukubi to give that tip a little bit more strength, which I kind of appreciate. Because most of my Shinogi Zakuris don't have that flare at the end. But This one does. So, but yeah, a really good sword, just to play around with. I forget how much I paid for this one. But like I said, it's from Hero Swords. You can still purchase it. This one's really scratched up. I've used it a lot too. Still got a nice edge on it. But yeah, other than the handle, I have no issues really with this sword. It's held up great. Can't complain about it. I want to say it was in the 130s for this. Is what I want to say. And it doesn't fall out. And like I said, I've never shimmed this thing. It's not real bullhorn at the top. But yeah, just that end right there is kind of like a disappointment because it really doesn't fit right. Other than that, the overall look of it is nice for the price, you know, and it's held up exceptionally well. It really, really has. So people always go, this is a shoestring, you know, it's basically just Edo wrap they use for the Sagio. So, but yeah. The other thing I kind of like is how they tapered the Fuchi. Some people think it's backwards. It's not. That's supposed to be like that. But there's no hot spots, no nothing on it. So, yeah. I have another fun one. Now the next one is from Hanbon. Normally I have Hanbon do my customs. This is not a custom job. This is just off the shelf. This is actually my first Unukubi Zakuri I ever owned. It has the Ishime finish on the saya, so no fingerprints, no nothing. Good fit and finish. The Edo wrap is done well. They do a good job on Edo wrap. It's not like the tightest you can get, but man, it is very, very passable for that. Nothing's come loose on this thing at all. Fit and finish is nice. Very little to no gap on the Kasaki. This thing handles well. When I first got this, we bought this and another sword for our son. And when at the time where he's living, they had bamboo growing there. And they have to trim it down back some because bamboo just overtakes everything. So we had fun cutting. This cut through a 1.5 inch, 1 inch to 1.5 inch bamboo, no problem. The thing with bamboo is you got to make sure edge alignment is super good. But yeah, the sharpness on this, they had it like dead spot on. So if you cut bamboo, it didn't chip or roll your edge. And that is key if you cut hard targets. Everybody wants a razor's edge on a sword, but if you go to hard targets like bamboo, you're going to chip or roll that edge out instantly, okay? Because there's no structure behind it. You thinned it out too much, so you have to find that right medium, that sweet spot for sharpening when you start cutting harder targets. Even like Gatorade bottles do not have a razor's edge on it because you're gonna probably roll an edge. That and your edge doesn't last as long because it'll deteriorate quicker because of that. So I never put my swords to like where I can shave with them, not even my knives, because like I said, your edge is going to deteriorate quicker than if you find that sweet spot where it should be. Anyways, fun Unukubi. I've had this, I would say, is a little bit longer than the Lee sword, 3.5 years, maybe 4. But yeah, this one also I have to clean up. It's got a bunch of glue and crap on it, but it's just a fun one to use. It really, really is. I like Unukubis. The only thing lighter than this would be a Motohara or Kugurasu, which are basically the same thing, which we'll get into that one in another video. But yeah, and what I like about Hanbon, their handles are 11 inches. Which is really, really good because 11 inch fits my hand perfectly. And if you haven't seen my older videos, how do you know what length your handle should be on your katana? Measure from your wrist to your elbow. That's the length of your handle should be. So this actually measures out to 11. I could go 11 and a half, and your hand will fit comfortably on a katana. Okay, so that's the rule of thumb. Measure your forearm, and that will work. If you want to know your blade length, what's how long, measure from your middle finger to the top of your shoulder, and you'll be able to draw that sword perfectly. So, but anyways, I like this. It's got kind of like a dog or a wolf on the Suba itself. It's a nice theme. It's got bamboo manukis, and they sit low. So that's a plus, because right here is the manuki. So they don't sit very high, which is kind of nice. The saya has held up great. I did have to shim this one. I might have to shim it again because I used the heck out of this thing too. But yeah, overall, it's just been a really, really good sword. Like, it's just my first Unakubi I ever owned. I love it. But all of these, and the Hanbon one comes in at $163, and they still have it at that price. So thankfully, Hanbon's prices have gone up, especially on their custom jobs. That's why I haven't had any custom work done, because again, the tariffs. Come here, girl. Come here. All right, so hopefully you guys like this one. Definitely gonna probably have a part 4 and 5 to this. I do have a few knives I have to review. Hopefully I'll get to that soon and get them out to you. And we'll see you on the next one. Say bye, Tomo.